Alright guys, just a couple more minutes and then we'll kick off the stream. Should be a, hopefully an eventful stream. It's just going to be me jaw-jacking a little bit. Typical stuff. Going over the stuff that I got for the holidays. A couple items that are not going to be here, and I'll talk briefly about those. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay in the chat. Excellent. Alright guys, let's kick off the stream for tonight. Woo! Here we go. Excellent. Get myself in frame. If I was any good broadcaster, I would get myself in frame. Alright, here we go guys. Thanks for everyone coming in to stream tonight. Normally we don't do it on this sort of date. Normally we do it on usually the first Tuesday of every single month is I would normally do my stream. I had another predisposition with the wife, so we were doing some stuff together. So unfortunately that didn't happen at the beginning of the month. Let me just fix the monitor a little bit. Hope you can see me okay. Everything sounds good to chat. Checking, track. Hello. Hopefully everything will be good. Internet looks to be nice and stable tonight. So what are we talking about in the stream tonight, guys? I originally had some ideas I wanted to talk about, but the way the stream would have fell out, there was a lot of stuff that happened with Hasbro. I'll briefly talk about that, probably near the end of the video, because I want to keep it the good stuff rolling, all the positivity going, and I'll talk about sort of the negative stuff, which happened to Hasbro at the end of December 2023. If you guys have not yet heard, it's all on the interweb now. If you didn't know, there's a lot that happened, so we'll get into it now. Thank you, moderators, for coming in with some new faces. Thanks for showing up for the stream tonight again. We normally do this the very first Tuesday of a given month. Apologies. But we are doing it just tonight. Hopefully you guys got the alert. When I put out the stream, for whatever reason, the messaging showed up correctly on my phone, but my smart TV showed it was happening at 2 o'clock, excuse me, tomorrow, which I found out a little bit weird. I was like, why is it showing scheduled for tomorrow night at 2 a.m., yet it's supposed to be 9 a.m., or excuse me, 9 p.m. Eastern time. So let's get into it, guys, as far as what's going on, what we have as far as stuff to talk about today. Let me take a look at a couple things real quick here, just some typical housekeeping. I wanted to see everybody who was in the chat tonight because we have some new people in here. I think that's very, very cool. I'm very happy we have more people in here. More people is always good. I always like that. Let's see who we have in here. Yeah, we have a lot of people tonight. I'm very happy about that. So, we'll talk about Hasbro near the end of the stream. So, we're talking about what I got for the holidays. Normally, for the last several years on my channel, I would normally do a top 10 list and I stopped doing it last year. I didn't do one for this year. I was doing the top 10 things I got for that year. I think it's a little old. I know a lot of people do that on YouTube. I figured I'm trying to do something different. I don't want to bore you guys. And I figured, you know what, I'm not going to do one, at least for this year as well. So I said, you know, the hell with it. Let me not put a top 10 of the best stuff I got for this particular year. I didn't want to do that anyway. I think I would have bored you guys. So let's get into it. And if you miss any part of this stream, it normally appears 12 hours from when this stream goes live. So it'll be about 10 a.m. tomorrow Eastern Standard Time. As I always talk about for my streams, drink of choice. We're doing some old school Dr. Pepper tonight. The small little 12-ounce bottles. Again, not sponsored by Dr. Pepper. Wish I was sponsored by Dr. Pepper, but I'm not. So let's talk about the holiday gifts that I got for this year. Our gifts were all over the place this year. I'll start off with some of the smaller things and work up to the bigger stuff. Let's start off with this. If you guys know or may not know, I'm a big wrestling fan, or as far as wrestling goes, I'm a wrestling connoisseur. I liked old school wrestling, WCW wrestling back in the day, NWA wrestling back in the day. I like the old school wrestling, like ECW. Don't watch really any WWE stuff. I watch a lot of AEW stuff. Still not very happy with the product, but I'm a fan of some of the old school wrestlers. Your Bret Hart, your Roddy Pipers, and there's one guy that I think he would actually be able to hold his own in this day and age. And I saw it on a shelf when I was just going for a toy hunt. Didn't show any content of it. I showed it. My wife was with me, and she saw me. I had interest in it, and she said, And she put that sort of at the back of her mind, and then she picked me up for the holidays. And if you don't know, it's a perfect gift. That's right, Mr. Perfect. Part of the Elite Series, series number 20, I believe it is. Yeah, series 20. Great representation of Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, a guy who basically died way too young. Great representation of what he looks like in action figure form. Probably going to leave it on card, most likely. I don't think I'm going to take it off card. I just think it looks so cool. That old school look, the WWF. This is probably what they call the Legend series. So you have the old school WWF logo right there. So yeah, I'm a big fan of old school Mr. Perfect. I figured I'd showcase this off to you guys. I'm not going to do an unboxing, not going to do a review, but a very cool figure nonetheless. Of course, everyone is wave. You had Greg the Hammer Valentine in his sort of the Elvis persona. You have Perfect. You have the $1 Million Man, and of course Triple H when he had sort of like the DX sort of look right there. So, great figure nonetheless. Let's move on to something that I think I talked about in a prior stream, and I don't know if I actually showcased it off, but we got it. I got it for the holidays. I figured I'll showcase it off now. My wife just recently got involved in in collectibles from an artist named Jim Shore. I talked about this in the last stream. You can watch it on the last stream if you guys didn't see that. Basically, he does sort of this wooden sort of vinyl. Hey, Johnny Sachs, thanks for coming into the stream tonight. It's sort of it's sort of like a wooden vinyl look to it. It looks sort of like wood, but it's not wood. It's like a vinyl material, or it's porcelain. It's one of the two materials. And they make it for all sorts of stuff. And Nesco, I think, is a company that he's sponsored with for Jim Shore. He does a lot of Disney stuff, a ton of Disney stuff. So let me show this off to you guys so you can see what it's all about. He did some stuff for DC, and she picked me up the Green Lantern version. Again, it has sort of like, you can see what I'm talking about. It sort of looks like wood. And this is like one of the better DC ones. There were some really, really bad ones. It looks really, really good. It stands in about, 7 to 8 inches tall. Let me grab, I'm trying to figure out someone who I can grab. Let me grab Kyle over here. He comes in at the 6.5 inch scale, so about pretty close scale-wise. So it's about 7.5, maybe 8 inches in height, as far as the Jim Shore Green Lantern Hal Jordan. So, very, very happy with this guy. They also make an ornament version of the same identical figure of statue, basically, just scaled down to about this high. So it's the same identical sculpt, just scaled down. So, I mean, even if you look at the base here, it looks really good. You can see the Lantern logo. On the back side of it, on the bottom side, you can see kind of what he's all about. It does say the DC, Jim Shore, Emerald, Gladiator. That's what's listed there. This normally goes for like, I want to say $60. I think she got a deal for like $10, $15 on eBay. So there's no gimmick. There's no light up gimmick for it. If you're going to ask, does it have a light up gimmick? There's no gimmick there. But again, it looks really good. But it has that sort of wood vinyl look to it all along the base. So it looks really, really neat. Kind of happy with the way it looks. Kind of looks, again, it looks, you can see it from back here, the symbol looks good. As you get closer to it, you can see the imperfections with it. It doesn't look as, straight, just from the, at least stylistically. So it looks a little bit off. But that's kind of how it was designed. There's the Lantern logo right there. So yeah, really cool piece. It's sitting inside our, we have a big display curio cabinet in our living room. So this is where this one goes. So it looks really, really good. I'm happy with this particular statue. Moving on, something I thought was really, really cool. My stepson is deployed right now. I think he's currently in Thailand right now. And they had a comic book store there. And I'm going to keep this particular item on card. I'm not going to open it. Only because he got it overseas. And I saw a screenshot. He was taking some images inside this comic store. I said, wow, that could go back in the, I said, on this particular image, look at this particular figure. I don't have it yet. I've been looking for it. I have not yet found it. And, of course, it's a DC Multiverse McFarlane Toys Yellow Lantern Batman. If you see the price here, that's the price that was the in the currency of in Thailand or overseas. It was $1,499, which, if you do the conversion in U.S. dollars, it was about $25 U.S. So it does say Batman. Does this say Sinestro Corps? You have the back screenshot, which is right out of the comic, when he got the ring, the yellow ring, and really, really cool. Very, very happy about this. Came out really well. I'm going to keep this one on card. That, of course, is a reused piece from, I think, the Dawnbreaker Batman. So they just kind of repurposed the color and made it yellow. But I think that's the only piece he comes with. He doesn't come with a power battery, I do not believe. And he has, even it's the same deal. They had the yellow bat, and you had the little green bats flying off of it. Just Dawnbreaker is in green, I believe. I think it's the same piece. I could be incorrect. It is a gold label, which means it was probably either a Target exclusive or Walmart exclusive, one of the two. So very, very cool. Let me move this chat up here. We have a lot going on in chat tonight. Thank you very much, moderators. So yeah, I'm going to keep this one on card. I'm not going to take it off just because he got it for me. I would like to eventually try to get another one so I could just take that one off card. But I want to keep this one definitely sealed because my stepson got it for me overseas, so on deployment. So I'm very happy about that particular figure. Moving on. Again, if you came into the chat tonight, thank you very much, guys. We have 10 people in chat. That's awesome. I like that. Again, drink of choice. We're doing some Dr. Pepper here. Let's talk about some other items here. Let's talk about, here we go. Again, I'm also a big fan of art. We have a lot of art in our house. If you look through the studio, you'll see, like, even you have a Power Rangers and Turtle combo up there. There's all this art all over the walls. I'll kind of tilt up so you can see some of the art. The Power Rangers right there. We got Tommy, we got Mandalorian over here. We have some Transformers and G.I. Joe. I have art all over the place in my studio. So one of the guys I'm really, really fond of, and I love his artwork, is Thomas Kincaid. If you're not familiar, he does a lot of surreal pieces. No, that's fine, Kat. That's cool. That figure, though, because my stepson got it for me overseas, I'm probably going to keep that one on card. Some of the figures I do have, if you look at some of my stuff over here, heck, you can see these right here. I have figures all over displayed. Move my camera around. So I have stuff all, off card. So trust you me when I say I take stuff off card as well. It just depends on the figure. That's what I think. So, I'm a big fan of Thomas Kincaid. He's done a lot of these sort of landscape pictures, a lot of you see a cabin and in the woods, a lot of forest scenes. But he did a lot of Disney images, and he did several different DC ones. And my wife found an image. It's a certified picture by Thomas Kincaid. It looks really, really good. I think she spent $50 for this item. So, it's right here, guys. So, this is the image. It's on a frame. You can see it's Thomas Kincaid by the watermark right there, his signature. And on the back, you get the certificate of authenticity, which shows that he did do this picture. It's mounted to this frame, basically. Don't worry, Cat Frog. I'll call you Cat Frog. So again, not too. I mean, it's wrapped around it. So very very cool piece of art. It's not super big. He does really good paintings. The problem is he's not cheap. They make coasters also. They make a lot of Disney images. So the biggest problem I have with Kincaid is his price point is very 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 expensive for his stuff. Again, this is maybe I want to say maybe 8.5 by I would say 8.5 by 11, maybe the size of a sheet of paper, maybe a little bigger, maybe 10 by 13. So it's a very cool looking image. I do like it. It is in the studio, so I have it attached to a wall right now. So one item I wasn't able to take down because it's inside my work studio. It's a calendar from Thomas Kincaid of all Mandalorian images. So it's a very, very cool thing. I love it. Hey, Desi, thanks for coming in the stream tonight. Yeah, all of his images are really good. They're very inspirational paintings. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Desi. It's very inspirational artwork. But he is, again, not cheap. He's extremely expensive. Let me fix this light real quick, guys, because it's really bothering me. Hold on. There we go. Hopefully that helps. Let me fix the camera. There we go. So yeah, it's really, really good stuff. Moving on. Let's go with, this is going to be a video probably coming out, let me make that light a little bit lower now. Now it's too much. There we go, because I have a light right over here. I'll move it a little bit that way. Perfect. Much better. Now I can see what's going on. Let me fix that. There we go, camera zooms in. Roll back. Okay, so, a video could be coming out. I had to get my track of thought back. We have a video coming out probably at the end of this week. I think it's coming out. And it's 2 Loungefly bags. I got one from my mom and one from my wife. I'm going to do a full review for both these bags simultaneously. One of them was a Shop Disney exclusive, meaning you could get it at Shop Disney's website or any Disney park was selling it. I saw them even at Disney Springs in Orlando, had this item as well. It was normally sells for about $88 US. We got it on sale during the holidays. She picked it up for me for the holidays. It was not $88. I think she got it for half off. I want to say half off. Hey, Johnny Sachs, no worries. Yeah, cool. So first bag is this one. Again, these are going to be reviewed probably at the end of the week as far as recording of this stream. First one is a Shop Disney exclusive, and it is the Ahsoka Tano bag. This one is a really cool bag. I've worn this bag. Very neat looking bag. Price point again was about $88 US. I do like the little tendrils that are puffy, and you have the little Jedi sort of not medallion, sort of beads that go across here. That's linked top of the bag and through the side here. It looks like it is blue on camera, but it is actually brown. These parts here, I believe, are dark blue, and this is brown, just the colors being kind of saturated and drowned out. So really cool right there. So again, price point, Shop Disney bag. Its price is about $88. I would not spend $88 for this bag, even though it's a good bag. I don't think it's $88 worthy of a bag. But I think it's a decent size. It's a decent bag. Yeah, I know, Cat Frog. I'm thirsty as hell right now. So, really cool bag. This would be more of the time where she was either in Rebels or in from the Ahsoka Tano TV show that we know now. Not the Clone Wars version of Ahsoka Tano, because they have that same sort of feel for Clone Wars when she's much younger. The tendrils are much smaller, sort of to indicate of her being her youth. So, very cool bag. I do like this bag. I've worn it a couple times. Bag number 2 is the one my wife got me. And if you're a fan of this IP, they're just starting season number 5. They're shooting it now. And that, of course, is the Stranger Things Eddie playing on top of the caravan, on top of the bus with the amp, doing master puppets. And there is a gimmick with this bag. There's a glow-in-the-dark feature, which I will talk about in the video. You do have the Hellfire Club on the back right there. These sort of fire straps right there. fire motif, if you will. So very cool bag. I wore this bag. This thing is plenty spacious. It doesn't really look like it holds a heck of a lot, but it really, really does. Don't judge a book by the cover. There's a lot of space in this bag. I'll talk more about that in the video review when I go through both those bags. I think she got this one on Amazon. I think this one was... Again, I think it was selling for $80. I think she got it like half price, like either 40 or 35 bucks. She got a good deal. One thing, let you guys know, I usually don't spend full price on Loungeflies. I never spend full price on bags. Only one time I ever spent full price, and that was the Mad Bagger Pirates of the Caribbean bag, and that was a $90 bag. I never, ever, ever spend full price for a bag. Moving on to the good stuff now. That was okay stuff. Now let's do the good stuff. Let me fix the light again because it's kind of tweaking. I'm assuming it's this light right here that's having the issue. Let's go a little brighter. There we go. Hopefully that fixes the problem. They fix it a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I think it's better. Good. It can keep flashing a little bit. I see it. So let's talk about some good stuff here. So some of the big items. So those items were decent. Those were kind of expensive. But there are some more expensive items. And let's talk about this one, because this will probably take a decent amount of time. And that is the Lego Ahsoka Tano T6 vehicle. This is the ship that she has. And there is a gimmick with this, that the wings will, in fact, if I move the landing gear up, this will spin completely 360 degrees. Usually I don't talk about Lego on the channel, but I figured I'd showcase this off. I put it together. It took about 3 or 4 days. I think it's 600 pieces, I believe. The canopy does open. There are some pros and cons with this particular ship. The biggest problem, from the top, it looks really good. I mean, right here, if you look at the top, it looks really, really cool. I'll showcase it like this so you can see what it looks like. Get it in frame, Rook. There we go. The biggest problem with this ship, to be quite honest, is they kind of got lazy with the underside. Because if you look at the wing from the underside, you can see all the studs. And that's one of the biggest complaints people have for this particular vehicle, is that it looks... This, I think, is the second iteration they've had for Lego, which is a authorized kit of this vehicle. The other one, I think the color was off. I think it was all white, not gray. And, I mean, it looks good. You have the back gun pod right here, which looks really cool. Hopefully you can see it right there. And there are 2 stud launchers in the front here. Those little green images you see, those are studs they will fire off. So, very cool ship. You have working storage lids on either side. And I'm not going to review it. I'm not a very good reviewer when it comes to Lego. So, there are storage capabilities on this vehicle, on these areas here that open up. So I think it's a very, very cool vehicle. I do like it. I do have it sitting on my my Lego section, which I have the full A-wing vehicle, which I'll showcase off real quick here. You can see it. You kind of turn the camera on so you can see it here. There's a big old A-wing right there, which is about, I want to say it's about this big. So it's about 1.5 feet, 2 feet. It's about 1.5 feet. About 1.5 feet. It's about 1.5 feet vehicle. I do like it. It's sort of the main A-wing vehicle. So I'm a big A-wing fan, and I have a smaller A-wing too, but that's sort of I think it's called the UCS build for the A-wing. So I think it's really, really good. Last item is something she the wife kind of dropped on me at the last minute, and that of course is the Super 7. I'm going to keep this one on card. I'm not taking this one off card. Actually, before I do that, there were 4 minifigs with the Lego. I forgot about that. Dr. Huang, the little robot from Ahsoka. I almost forgot the minifigs. I got ahead of myself. We have Morrow. So there's 4 minifigs with that Lego set. Price point for this, and you can stick the spinning saber on his back. Price point for this whole set was $80 US. We have Sabine, which she has an extra head, and you could put hair instead of using, and she got her saber. I just gave her blasters instead. And last but not least, of course, if you having Ahsoka ship, you need Ahsoka Tano herself, and she has both her sabers as well. I almost forgot this. Apologies, guys. Apologies. So you have 4 minifigures in that set. So I think that's what kind of warrants the price point, because there's only 600 pieces in that set. Again, $80 US. And I think the wife actually, she got that one for me, but it was not a cheap one at all. Yeah, Jackie, it absolutely is. I checked my Hot Topic a couple days ago, and I've not yet found it. It's a Ahsoka with, she has both blades, like sort of like a, she's snapping both blades out to the side like this. And I have not yet seen it. I would have bought it, but I have not yet gotten my hands on that particular pop. I'm looking for it. My Ahsoka list grows and grows and grows. Eventually, we will be. Excuse me. Eventually, I will be doing my Ahsoka Tano version 2, V2, which is going to be currently. Let me count them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I get that one, that'll be the 8th Ahsoka pop I have. So it's probably going to be at least 8 pops. I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to shoot that particular piece of content, but it will be shooting it. And the last item, which I'm going to swing back to now, is we were at a comic store and they had a deal, 50% off all Power Ranger stuff. I haven't looked yet, but I usually, because my mall is about 5 minutes from me, so I figured I'll just go there. I've been taking a look at different Hot Topics, and different stores get them at different times. The particular comic store I went to was selling all their Power Rangers, like near Christmas, like it was about a week before Christmas, half price. So my wife, I went buy a section, said, oh, that's really cool. And I said, oh, crap, I should buy this, but I'm going to be cheap, I don't want to buy it. She knew that I liked it. She went and bought it for me anyway. And it's a Super 7 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Green Ranger. Now, if you're new to the channel, I do like Power Rangers. I like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and specifically White Ranger, Green Ranger. Those are my favorite Power Rangers. Growing up a kid, I always liked Tommy's character, White Ranger and Green Ranger. So this is Super 7. I'm going to keep this one on card. So when you take off the sleeve here, the price point for this I think was $50, $54 normally, and she got it for half price. So when you take it off, you get that. And that is the, hopefully you get all this glare. So you get a lot of stuff in this. You get 2 heads, you get the normal Power Ranger body, you get the Sword of Darkness, you get another sword, you get that sort of blaster gun thing, which was at the bottom here, it's hard to see. You get the non-decoed Dragon Dagger, you get the Deco Dragon Dagger right there. Apologies for all the glare. But a very cool package, back right up for the Green Ranger. I believe they made a White Ranger version of this as well, so if I can find it for a good deal, I'll definitely get it. But this one's a really, really cool one. It even has his white gun right there. He has, it looks like, he has different arms as well, that you can pop on the ball joint. So he comes 2 sets of arms. He has ones that have the, I believe, he also has, okay, he has arms that I don't think have the gold bands on them for the Dragon Shield. He has the normal Dragon Shield, and it's hard to tell, but back here you have the golden Dragon Shield, right there. You have sort of like when he was a bad guy, he had the possessed look on his face, when he was evil. So yeah, very happy with this figure. I'm going to keep this one on card. And moving on now to the last bit, the disturbing news, if you will. We had to keep it all clean and nice and dandy. If you were not made aware, Hasbro unfortunately fired a good chunk of their staff. And the weird part was one of the groups they fired, the most profitable portion of Hasbro was Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons. I don't have any links to bring up, but you can look at this on your own. All the data is out there. It happened, I think, the 2nd or 3rd week of December. And they were cutting like hundreds, and I think they cut like a crap ton of jobs. They cut so many jobs, and they cut a lot of their big teams. And the most profitable was Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons. Baldur's Gate was like one of the most successful games for Hasbro in years, and it drew a ridiculous amount of money. Magic the Gathering, Lord of the Rings was the most successful selling set for Magic the Gathering ever, because people were looking for the One Ring. It was the most popular, most successful when it comes to dollar amount set for Magic ever, that ever sold, ever. And they lost a ton of people. They fired a bunch of their staff. So it's just, my original intent of this particular stream, when I was going to do it 2 weeks ago or a week ago, was to talk in more depth, not even do the holiday stuff, but just talk about Hasbro and what they have done. It's unfortunate. Again, I'm a big fan of D&D. I do like Magic the Gathering, but it's just a damn shame where it all comes down to profits. It all comes down to, cutting, a quarter of the stock, cutting down a decimal here and there to save money. But the funny thing is the CEO, which was the COO of Magic the Gathering, he had to get like X number of dollars in a 3-year span. He did way more than that. I think he made something like $9 million last year, and he got a $1 million bonus on top of that, so he made $10 million. I wonder how much of a pay cut he took to help his staff. I don't think he took much. I don't think he took any at all. All they care about is profit. It's just, again, this part is very somber. I didn't really want to... I want to touch base on this at the end of the video. Keep all the lighthearted stuff for the holiday stuff near the beginning. Yeah, so it's just unfortunate that happened. Hasbro, and what really hurt them, if you don't know, was their entertainment division. Movies like, I think Transformers hurt them. Even the D&D movie, which made I think it's like $250 million worldwide. That to them was, I think, considered not a success as far as box office went. I know that Transformers, they're expecting way more for the last movie that came out, and it hurt them. And that drove them so far into the red that it crippled the entire company. So the only thing that was really profitable that made them any money at all was Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons. Their toy division made them nothing at all. Their games division made them nothing at all. All things considered, when you look at all the numbers across the board, the most successful portion of Hasbro that gave them any positivity of keeping them in the black at all was Magic and Dungeons and Dragons. That was it. Without those two properties, Hasbro would have been completely crippled in the last 12 months. It was, if you look it up online, guys, it's so heart-wrenching what has happened. Their toy division makes them no money at all, like zero money. If you look at the grand scheme of things, the grand scope of everything, they made nothing. Let me see if I can find anything real quick here. See if I can find an article. Yeah, so right here, they fired 1,100 people. 1,100. Let's find a better site here. It was okay. Here I found a good CNN. So basically, here we go. So let me share this with you guys. There we go. So this is on CNN's website. You can find it yourself. I think I'll talk about it. Why not, for a few minutes? Perfect. Here we go. So, again, this is CNN website. The Hasbro is... Let's get rid of that real quick here. Hasbro cut their workforce by 20%. They laid off 1,100 workers, eliminating 800 jobs from earlier in the year. So they laid off 1,900 workers of their staff, of their workforce. People like, this is for companies that had Play-Doh and Transformers. Hasbro's share fell more than 4% hours after trading in Monday. This article came out weeks ago. Again, apologies for this, guys. This was on December 11th is when this article dropped. So again, they slashed all of it. Layoffs from not only cost-cutting move Hasbro's undertaking in August. The company announced it would sell its online film and TV business to Lionsgate. So basically, they're getting out of the movie business basically because again it was so unsuccessful to them. It cost them so much money. They're just ditching it. They're just bailing on it right now. So it's unfortunate. But yeah, this, if you want to head over to that site, you can take a look at it for yourself. All this information is out there. It's just, again, guys, it's a damn shame this has happened to Hasbro. So one of the last things I want to let you guys know before we take off for the night. Again, I want to thank everybody who came into the stream tonight. I didn't think we would have 10 people in the stream. Some new faces, some familiar faces. We're going to be doing it again probably, hopefully the beginning of next month. There was a winner for the Joxer Funko Pop, the Chase, for the giveaway that was claimed. Basically the same day I pulled it. I just shipped it out to the winner a couple days ago. They should be receiving it shortly. So I was very happy about that. We had a good number of people that were entered into that. I think there was 95 people that were in that particular giveaway. So it went really, really well. Yeah, they made board games, Jackie, but the problem is even that division is doing horrible. They just can't keep themselves afloat right now. That the game the E1 division screwed Hasbro completely. It destroyed their profit margin. They were so far in the red of what they spent for movies that it came back and hurt the entire company. And the only thing that kept them giving them any money, kept them above water, if you will, was Magic and D&D. That was it. Everything else cost them so much money. So again, all this information is on the web. You can look for it for yourself. Again, I was going to talk about it at the beginning of the month. It just got sidetracked. Me and the wife had some stuff we were taking care of. We had some other plans that we were doing, and it kind of got in the way of this. Yep. Yep. I don't think she even watches the stream. It was a woman who actually won it, so I don't want to give her name out or anything like that. So I want to thank everybody who came into the stream tonight, guys. We did it for 30 minutes. Very, very happy with it. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you came into it late, you can always check it on the VOD, video on demand. That will be going up about 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, Eastern Standard Time for the full stream itself. So again, I want to thank all the people who came in. Keep your eyes open for that video. We're going to be doing both these bags. Let me grab them again real quick. We're doing both these bags, doing a full review for both these bags, giving my personal opinion on which bag, give you the pros and cons, and which bag I think is a better buy. Or if you only had to buy one bag, what would you go with? So keep your eyes open for that. So I hope you guys did enjoy what I got for the holidays. It was fun putting the video or the stream together. So keep your eyes open at the end of the week for that Lounge Live video. So with that, guys, I want to thank everyone. Take care. Thank you for coming into the stream for 30 minutes. Taking some time out, enjoying it with me. So I hope you have a good night, guys. We're going to be signing off in 3, 2,